I'm Ann Nunez, and I'm the current chair of the Scholarship Committee, and I would like to welcome you, as Angela did, on behalf of the 19th Century Charitable Association. So we're gathered here to celebrate and hear from our scholars and about their recent college experiences. But we do have several people we'd like to acknowledge. First, the parents and relatives of our scholars. Your guidance and caring were certainly the foundations of their success, so kudos to you guys. Next, I would like to acknowledge and gratefully thank all the members of this organization who donated both large and small sums that have allowed us to fund these scholarships. These scholarships have been part of this organization for over 50 years, so it's quite an impressive history. We currently have 16 scholars, all of whom are graduates of Oak Park River Forest High School, and each of them received $10,000 over their four-year college career. This scholarship program would not exist without your generous contributions, so thank you. Heartfelt thank you. Our board of directors have fostered our scholarship program, and our scholarship committee members who work diligently to keep in contact with those students should also be acknowledged, as well as what we do in the scholarship committee is not only do we keep in contact with you, but we also select the new scholars, which is a bit of a daunting task since so many of our students are quite incredible. It's just amazing. So a word about these scholarships. They offer opportunity. And by the way, parenthetically, there are members of the board of directors here in the audience that I would like to acknowledge. Angela, you met, Angela Scala, who is the acting vice president, as well as Susan Roberts, who's head of marketing, and Mary Kiersnick, who is chair of the program committee. So as Alsa was mentioning, these scholarships offer opportunity for our students to excel in academic and non-academic ways. And I was talking with Ruth Foley, who's one of our committee members, and she was telling me about some students who not only use these funds for the new computers and books, etc., but also one student had to get a ticket home for a relative's funeral and was able to use the funds for that. And someone else who needed a new winter coat. So, needs of scholars and needs of students go beyond just tuition, and I'm really happy that this scholarship can help with that. So, today we're going to hear from our liaisons who will introduce our scholars, and our scholars will tell us about their experiences so far this academic year. By the way, our members of the scholarship committee are on your programs, and we do have two new members who do not have scholars currently, and that is Mary Schmidt, who's in the audience, Mary, and we also have Fran Kreitzer, who is not here today.
I have three students. I'm going to share what one of the students told me because she has the flu today and did not want to share it with all of you. And I also have Ruben Hernandez, who is a senior this year, so we'll let him go first. And then I have Ezekiel Wells, who's a sophomore this year. So we're glad to have them here.
Hi, my name is Ruben Hernandez, and I'm a senior at the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. I'm studying aerospace engineering, and I don't think I'd be where I am right now without the support of the 19th Century Charitable Foundation. So I really appreciate everyone, and Vicki, and my mom, and my sister, and my dad. So thank you so much to everyone. This is actually my first year being able to come here to the reunion. I was somehow always out of state every single time. So it's nice to see everyone's faces and get to put faces to the names that I've heard so much about. But yeah, so over the last almost 4 years now, I've been studying aerospace engineering. I've been interning at a company called Adaptive Launch Solutions in California for the last 2 years or so. So I go there during the summers, work in person, and then I work remotely during the school year. So I work on satellite integration onto launches that have a little extra space on them. You want to maximize it. It's expensive, it's bad for the environment every time you launch, so you want to make sure you use everything that you can. So that's what I've been working on the work side of things. At school, I've started to work with a couple professors and a PhD candidate on a software called Condensate. It's used in our dynamics and control classes. So it's control systems is like, it can be anything from how you push the gas pedal and the car goes to autopilot or self-driving cars. So with this software, teachers are able to create their own projects, and you can use it to simulate and visualize the entire system and give it to students, and they can learn how to create these controllers for those projects. So I'm working with them on that, and it's just been a great opportunity to meet so many different mentors and speak to different students and graduate students, and just expand my connections and my knowledge. So moving forward, I plan on going to graduate school, hopefully at U of I, for Master of Engineering in Robotics and Autonomy. So that'll be kind of following up on the control side of things. That's what I've really gotten into, and hopefully being able to use that for things that can make a positive impact. Like it's already started to be implemented for like firefighters or first responders in natural disasters, things like that, where drones can go autonomously fly through rubble or burning buildings, whatever the case is, and map out the area, find survivors, things like that, and really optimize the process for first responders. So that's what I'm hoping to get into. We'll see where that takes me, and again, I want to thank everyone for all your support, and especially Vicky for always reaching out and sending her love and support with everything I do. So thank you so much, everyone.
Hi everyone, my name is Zeke. I am a sophomore studying economics and environmental engineering, which I just declared this fall. I'm focusing on energy, and over the next summer I'm hoping to look into something related more to the tech energy field. But last summer and throughout the past year, I've worked on a project called Crossroads America, which was done with a friend of mine from OPRF, where we got a van. We went to 48 states in America, all of the continental states, to record a series of YouTube videos and put them out there about finding common ground and finding people who we would normally disagree with and learning a slice of their life, putting it out there on the internet. So we did this YouTube series. We went from places as different as fishermen in Maine to small town Mississippi, and offices in Kansas City. And we learned about what the struggles, the challenges, the hopes, and dreams of everyone was, and all of these areas, to create a series that got over 2 million views on YouTube, and where we were able to learn a lot about people in this country in a particularly divisive time. And since then, we're using what we learned from the project about not necessarily trying to force an agreement, but simply being able to coexist with people who we disagree with while disagreeing with them, but acknowledging that they're fellow Americans just like us. That's kind of a lesson that we're shaping into a feature-length documentary, as well as recently I've been invited to speak at different high schools for sharing about what we learned over the summer, and meeting with people throughout the Democratic base, including President Barack Obama, to learn about polarization in America and what we can do both as citizens and as people interested in politics. I've also, at the end of my series, I did get a pretty bad concussion, so I ended up taking a gap semester. But I've been able to use that time to work on some language learning. I'm learning German now, as well as improving my Chinese. And to make sure I'm financially sound, I decided to get my real estate broker's license. So if anyone wants to buy or sell real property in the state of Illinois, I've been learning that, and I've been working on all different types of things to explore the interests that I have. And part of being able to explore the interests I have is using funds from this program to pursue a course or to pursue something for the van or camera equipment. And for that independence to be able to pursue what I want to learn about, I'm really grateful for everyone at the foundation for all the support. Appreciate you.
What's the name of the YouTube channel?
Crossroads America.
This is from Pira, who goes to the University of California at San Diego. Her update is, this fall I began my second year as an astrophysics major at USCD, but after falling in love with math, and I remember she was talking to you about math, during lower division calculus, I declared a double major in math with applied science over the summer. This year has been challenging, but I'm deeply grateful for the support of my family, friends, mentors, and community. Despite the difficulties, I've channeled them into some amazing opportunities. Wait till you hear this. I attended 2 national conferences connecting with inspiring people nationwide. At one, I met a NASA theoretical physicist who encouraged me to pursue a career in both physics and public engagement. He then invited me to join a private theory group this spring and to apply for an internship with him at NASA in January. So I'm hoping to work there this summer. Over the summer, I worked at Los Alamos National Laboratory running simulations of black hole, which she explained black holes to Janet and I once. Black hole gamma ray bursts on a supercomputer called Shikoma. I presented this research as a poster titled Modeling GRB Black Hole Disk Systems in Athena at recent conferences. I've been deeply involved in diversity work at my university and through my nonprofit. Yes, she runs a nonprofit organization also. I was elected to the Society of Physics Student Board and joined the ARMS, Advocating for and Representing Minority Students team, where we're working to establish a permanent diversity course in the Physical Sciences Department, educating on intersectionality and current historical barriers in STEM. I've also helped organize the National Conference for Undergraduate Women and Gender Minorities in Physics, hosted this January. Lastly, my nonprofit achieved 501c3 status, partnered with Roosevelt University in Chicago to hire 2 program coordinators, and is expanding to the University of California system. This year, I'm looking forward to doing a TED Talk. I just finished the interview process and launching Tutor-tastic Changemakers Coalition, a mentorship program for anyone but students in higher education will be paid through federal work study to grow our program and learn how to start their own philanthropic initiatives. I'm extremely grateful for 19th Century and the Scholarship Committee. I'm sorry I couldn't be there this year due to my last minute becoming sick, but thank you so much for everything and for all of your support. And that's from Pira.
I have happily been the liaison for Talib Batemba Gas, I've always loved saying his name, it has such rhythm. And he is a phenomenal, mind-boggling young man. And so it gives me great pleasure to introduce him.
You know, it's incredible to see what this generation is doing, and I think hopefully I can be a part of that in some little way. But to update everybody, I've been keeping Jan in the loop a little bit, as well as Don and Lenny, but I spent this last summer in Chicago at Goldman Sachs in the sales and trading team, so just working in the private sector, trying to make some money to do cool things, you know, enjoy my life a little bit. That was a great experience, but the thing that really I fell in love with this year was public service. And I was an intern at the White House in the National Economic Council these past 12 weeks, just got back from DC, but got to be a part of some really great groups. So in the National Economic Council, it's really Biden's economic agenda, so we're able to work with a lot of different committees, a lot of different people to be able to make America a little more livable. It's really hard for a lot of people right now in the nation, and people who have fallen on hard times, it's really hard for them to catch back up. So one of the cool things that we just passed with the CFPB is that medical debt relief. So medical debt can no longer be counted against your credit score. So that's something really cool. I think there's a lot of things that this presidency, but this nation is doing right now in the federal government for everyday people that we don't really realize. And I had no clue about until I actually joined the team, was in the meetings. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. Got to meet foreign diplomats, sit in the meetings, got to meet the president, the vice president, everyone I've wanted to, go to state dinners, things of the such. Interns were not allowed most of those things, but I find a way. But yeah, and then while doing that as well, incredible experience, honestly. Anyone who's interested in public service or wants to pivot to anything, whether it's the financial sector, public sector, one of the people I talked with had a coffee chat at the end. She told me that communities rise together. And that's something that I really believe in, and something that I think, thank you to you guys for giving me the opportunity, especially my freshman year. I was able to lean back on the funds to take a couple chances, take the big shots. I've been working on a startup for the past year and a half called Student Stop. It's about student housing, trying to revolutionize the industry. So I have 6 coworkers, or teammates, I guess, co-founders that have worked at some of the places. 2 of the guys are from Goldman, 2 of them are Microsoft, and 2 of them are Amazon software engineers. So honestly, I'm just living life. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, honestly. Yeah, but as I said, I'm super grateful to this committee. I'm really happy about where I'm at. After I have 2 quarters left, I'm a senior at Northwestern, majoring in legal studies, which is the pre-law route there, as well as leadership and sociology. So I'm planning to go and work at McKinsey & Company, which is a consulting company in Chicago. Interned there my first 2 summers, and afterwards I'm gonna go get a JD MBA. We'll see where, but I've been working on my applications right now, and that's what's been taking up a lot of time. But honestly, I want to thank everyone who's here. I want to thank all the people also, like whether it's about Ruben, Zeke, Calais, everyone. You guys have been so great to me. Everyone's been so nice to each other, and I truly can't imagine how much further we can soar as a community. So thank you so much, and I also brought some cool stuff. If anyone wants White House pins, merch, whatever, so let me know. But thank you guys so much.
I have 4 wonderful young women that I keep in touch with. One who cannot be here, her name is Amelia Rosbach. She is in Oxford, England at St. Catherine's College, and she's doing just fine. I have, however, with me Matilda and Sabine and Alina. Would you start us, please?
Hi guys, welcome back this year. Good to see you. I'm studying at University of Illinois. I'm in my 3rd year. I'm double majoring in economics and environmental science still. This year definitely was a different year, not one to expect for me. I had to deal with the passing of my grandfather at the beginning of the semester, and then my grandmother this semester. So it's been a year, but at the same time, it's kind of made me very grateful for Ruth, my mom, my sister, all my friends at school, and the community I have around me. I'm still continuing my work with the tutoring program, and my coworkers there, my boss there have been so wonderful and so supportive, and just this more has been a year of just feeling like grateful for everything around me and like taking it a little easier. My classes went well and just kind of cruising through, but I really found a passion in all the water courses I took this year. I took a lot of Great Lakes and water like science classes, and it kind of pushed me to really find something in that career. So I'm looking for research jobs and internships in that in the summer, but it definitely was a little slower of a year than I imagined, but at the same time, that is reality and things happen in life and can't really expect the unexpected. But again, I'm grateful for this program and to see all of you guys again. And it's not as big of an update as I'd love to give, but I know I want to share with you guys because I know you guys are very supportive of everything we do. And I just kind of want to keep you in the loop. But again, I'm very grateful for everyone here, Ruth, my mom. But yeah, so thank you guys.
Hi everybody, my name is Sabine. I'm a junior at Colgate University, which is in upstate New York, the middle of nowhere. Since I've seen everybody last, I spent the summer in Los Angeles. It was my first time working in the film industry, which I was really excited about. I had an internship with a small production company where I worked in pre-production. So I did a lot of work in research for upcoming shoots. I helped with casting, location scouting, and I also got to write some interview questions for the people they were interviewing in documentaries, which was a lot of fun. It was fantastic to work in the industry and also being in Los Angeles. I had never been before, so I got to do some fun things while I was there as well. I went to a taping of Jimmy Kimmel, which was fantastic. I really loved being able to see that. Learned that LA is maybe not my favorite city that I've been to, but you know, it was still fun to see, especially because it's, you know, the hub of the industry that I want to work in. And then this past semester at Colgate, although I am a film and media studies major, I actually didn't take any film classes, unfortunately. I recently declared a minor in history, and I'm doing a program abroad in London next semester for history. So I took a lot of prerequisite courses for that in preparation for that. While I'm in London, I'll be completing independent research in the archives. I'm planning to research the new wave of cinema, which was a movement that occurred in France and Britain after World War II. And I hope to kind of study how people's experiences during the war impacted the stories that were being told in films after that time. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've never done archival work before, so big plans ahead. I think that will be a great experience. And then at school as well this semester, I continued with my job as a digital media technician. In this role, I record campus events, I live stream campus events, and it makes all of these concerts and performances more accessible for people who are unable to attend. I also help students with their own personal projects, so with senior thesis films, some classes require students to make podcasts, and I help out with that. So that has been a really great way to gain some more hands-on experience. And yeah, so I leave for London in a couple of weeks. I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to travel. I've never been to London. And then at the end of my trip, I'll actually be traveling to the south of France to attend and work at the Cannes Film Festival, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. And hopefully when I come back next year, I'll have some really exciting stories to share from that time. As always, thank you to everybody on the scholarship committee for your kindness and your generosity. None of this would be possible without you, so thank you.
Hi, my name is Elena. I'm a freshman at Emerson College in Boston. I'm a media arts production major, aka film. I've already gotten to get started in my major. I've taken some media studies courses. I took a media histories course, which was super, super interesting. And I've also already started to get into the production side of things. I joined Emerson's TV channel, and I was able to work on a few productions as a PA and as an assistant director. And I hope to stay on with that and get to direct in the future there. And next semester, I'm going to get to do more of the creative side of things, take some more production courses, make some short films. And I'm really excited. Next year I'm going to be doing a study abroad in the Netherlands. I got accepted to Emerson's program where they have a restored 18th century castle that just like a small group of students gets to go and study in. So I'm super excited to do that and to like travel around Europe while I'm there. I'm going to be going to Amsterdam and Vienna and maybe some more places. And yeah, so next semester I'm excited to do more creative stuff and to hopefully get even more involved in extracurriculars, work on some more productions, some more short films, and yeah, that's about my update.
So I have two scholars with me today. One is not here, unfortunately. She's working. So we have Joey. Why don't you stand up, Joey? And he's going to tell you all about his accomplishments and what he plans to do. Joey's at Babson College in Wellesley, Massachusetts, and he's a sophomore.
All right, thank you for the introduction, and thank you for everyone for coming here today. Thank you to my mom and my sister and Jean, everyone on the committee, and who are members. Like Jean said, I'm a sophomore at Babson College. It's about a half hour from Boston. Since we last talked, I've gotten a lot more clarity on what I want to do. I think on the program it says I'm majoring in marketing and environmental sustainability, but this summer I had the opportunity to work at a small social impact consulting boutique firm that was focused on like microfinance and helping organizations around the world and nonprofits just help different people. So I got to work right with the CEO, again, a very small business, which was really incredible to do, but it was really rewarding to be able to help the organizations and people who help people in countries like Ghana or Mexico, and just be on that front page to help build out. My job was helping build out departments, hiring new people to come in and take over for nonprofits that may not have as much business focus. So that was really exciting. So when I came back to school, I wanted to dive a bit more into consulting and social impact and learn a bit more what I was. So I applied to all the consulting clubs on campus, and me and a team of 4 other people had the great opportunity to work with this company on the NASDAQ. So just to learn a bit more about the ins and outs of consulting, how it works. I was able to do a preparatory program as well, and just have people from BCG, McKinsey, just have a nice networking and learn a bit more how it works. On the social impact side, I'm now a social impact intern at my school's institute, which is a great way to meet people who are focused in on that. At a business school, you don't always have people who are as into that, but it's nice to have that environment for sure. And then what I'm really excited about is I'm helping run the social impact club at my school, and we're working with the institute to build out a cohort program to have students come in, group up together on what they're passionate about, whether it's climate change, poverty, freedom of speech in different countries, and working on initiatives or projects in the Boston area or at our school just to help move it forward, into the next decade. So that's been really excited to work with, and working with a lot of students. Last year, since we started the club, we had a bit of low turnout. I was able to get like the VP of social impact from Macy's, Planet Fitness to come, and our marketing wasn't incredible, so about like 4 students showed up. But this year we're on our grind. It's going well. We had about 20 students apply to be on like the leadership board, which was way more than we expected. So that was honestly incredible. And on a bit more of a creative note, I'm now the president of my improv club. So I know, I think the biggest accomplishment yet. But we're working to connect with other undergraduate Boston schools just to have a laugh, just to connect. I think comedy is a great way to really get to know each other. So for those who are in the Boston area, for you or anyone you're interested, I'll shamelessly plug that. But yeah, it's been a fantastic year. I'm looking forward to the future. And next semester, I have the chance. I'm in this consulting experiential class, so I'll be paired up with the group, and I'm going to have a local or national business that I'll be consulting for. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, the biggest thing is just clarity. I don't know if the corporate world is the right fit for me, but just being able to try out these different experiences such early on in college too has been really helpful for me to have a bit more of a clear vision of what I want to do. So thank you again.
I'll introduce Calais. All of our students are really advanced. You can tell, right? They're like the cream. Calais is such cream, she's already graduated. And she's gonna tell us about, you know, what's led up to this and what's in her future. Calais Clark.
Okay. I just want to say thank you to Jean Louise. Thank you for all your support, and then thank you for everybody. I have my resume pulled up because there's a lot. Okay, so I guess I'll just go in order. So last spring I got inducted into the Sigma Tau Delta English Honor Society. So woo! Yay. Okay. And so I did graduate. I graduated about 2 weeks ago on December 14th. So that's fun. Okay. Okay. So for my last semester, I had all senior projects, as you should, yeah. But they were all like you have to like complete it before you graduate. So it was a lot. So the first thing that I completed was my legal studies capstone, where I did a legal article, and I was studying how the government can play a role in environmental justice and how that is impacting low-income communities and what is it called? Not resources, but ways the government can support low-income communities. So that's whether it's like legislative or through community projects. So that was that. That was about 14 pages. Ooh, that's the shortest one. Okay. Next is my, I didn't write down. Okay, so next is my my largest project that I did this semester was an independent study, and it was researching Black female poets in the Black arts movement, Harlem Renaissance, and then the 21st century. I chose 3 different poets in those different times. One, I made sure that one of the poets from each era was popular, so like Nikki Giovanni, Gwendolyn Brooks, and then some of them were not as popular, so like Mary Weems, she's 21st century. Some people may know Andre Lord, Cleo Wade, she's also 21st century. So it's a good mix of poets. And the focus was on how they view relationships, and that's specifically romantic relationships. Just because I love love, you know, gotta love love. Okay. Okay, yeah, that was, yeah. I think that's, okay. Also, so for my senior project for English, we had to do a presentation, and my presentation was getting into law school and the process of it. So I'm also going to law school in the fall. And I also started, I co-started a Caribbean Student Association on campus. So that is for students of Caribbean background. I'm not from there, but my parents are from the Caribbean. So my mom's from the Bahamas, my dad's from Jamaica, and then other members on the board are U.S., Virgin Islands, Ghana, Haiti. And it's one of the clubs that just help bring representation on campus. So I was the marketing chair, marketing director. So I did everything from making the posts, making the actual Instagram. That was all me. So if you want to follow, you can. I'll give you the Instagram. But yeah, that's really it. And then during my time just in college overall, I really do love graphic design. So any club I was in, which is a lot, I did graphic design. So if you want to look at my portfolio, I have a website. So if you want to look at the website, you can. And then obviously I did graduate. So thank you. And that process was a little bit weird because it was also when I was writing the 38 pages of independent study and researching for a project. and applying to law school. So there was a lot going on this semester, but I am truly grateful for Jean Louise and everybody here. It really is a big community, so thank you.
Okay, so I'd like to introduce two students, two scholars. First of all, it's Connor Kitley, excuse me, and your liaison is Aggie Sakala, who is unfortunately ill with a respiratory illness. Hang on a second.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Connor Kitley. I go to the University of South Carolina and I study psychology. And I want to start by saying thank you so much for all the support from the committee. My first semester wouldn't have been the same without you guys. It's just nice to get checked in on and seeing how I'm doing. And here's me giving you guys a little update on everything that I've been up to. I joined the Ultimate Frisbee team, which is the biggest thing in my life kind of right now. As a freshman, I'm still kind of figuring things out, knowing the classes I want to take and all the friends that I'm hanging out with. But I made varsity, which is I think it's a pretty big deal. I'm pretty proud of that. And we have our spring season coming up next semester where we'll hopefully be going to nationals in May, which would be in Wisconsin, which is close to home, which I really appreciate. I also found a lot of my best friends through Frisbee. We have housing already figured out next year. We're living in 2 houses next to each other. I'm very excited for that, just to have my best friends that I can live with and just have a really good time. Academically, I aced all my classes, which is a good start to my college career. I haven't been taking any psych classes yet, but that'll hopefully be starting up next year. And like the activities that I was up to was going to a lot of sports games. Me and my friends love going to the soccer games. It's just so much fun, great atmosphere. And we actually got to go kick around with the women's soccer goalie just by reaching out, and she was up to do it, and it was a lot of fun. And I don't have tons of accomplishments, just like a lot of my other peers do, to report on right now. But I'm just kind of still figuring it out, getting comfortable at South Carolina. And it's been so nice to be home with my parents and my younger siblings and see old friends, and just kind of reset for the next semester. So thank you again for everything that the 19th Century Club has done, and it's good to be back. So thank you.
Finn is this scholar who's associated with Brian Flora, who cannot be here today.
Hello, everybody. I'll move to the side so everybody can see me. Yeah, like Anne mentioned, I'm Finn. Again, thank you to everybody. Brian, even though he couldn't be here, has been a great liaison. As some of you might remember, I was the scholarship winner that went to Germany and put off school for a year. So that was an amazing experience. I just got back 1st of July and started up school at the University of Illinois in the Gies School of Business. So this last year and a half has been a really, really transformational experience for me. When I was in Germany, I was living with a host family. I became very, very close with them. They're going to visit me for my birthday coming in April. I think all the friends I made there was really, really incredible, just meeting so many people from so many different backgrounds, different perspectives. I have friends from over 20 countries now. I could stay at their houses anytime I want. We still talk all the time. It's just lovely that I've built such an amazing network. I got to travel so much when I was down there. I saw 14 European countries during my year there. Just experiencing so much different culture was so broadening for me. And lastly, thank you to my mom. I mean, she was so supportive for the whole process, even though I was gone for a year. She was down a kid, and she did a great job handling it. She let me do my own thing, and I'm super proud of her for that. And coming to Illinois this past semester, I think was a way different experience than being in Germany abroad. I was much closer to home. I was back with people I recognized. But immediately I wanted to get right involved. I mean, I was having the standard college experience, I think, going to the football games, going to the basketball games. But I also immediately joined the Army ROTC program, just exploring a potential career in the military. I think that's been super transformational for me, meeting a lot of people from different backgrounds, trying to do different things to help the country, and that's definitely something I've been super interested in. Within Army ROTC, I joined the Ranger Challenge team, which is a team of, I guess we call them high-speed cadets. That's kind of the terminology there. And we go and we competed with other Illinois Army ROTC programs in various military and physical, competitions, and we took #1 in the state. So that was a huge deal for me in the first semester. Outside of that, within business, I also joined a student-run professional business organization called Illinois Business Council. So that's also where I've been spending a lot of my time. We're organizing charity events, professional events, and as a new member class of 28 students, we organized an event to raise $2,000 for African Needs U, which is a program that is building schools in Nigeria right now, which really hits home for our new member class because one of our newest members is a student from Nigeria. So she's personally felt the effects of that program, and we're happy that we could do everything that we can for helping her country out. So I really couldn't have done all this without the support from the 19th Century Club. Even though I was in Germany, I was still constantly getting reached out to from Brian, from the club. Everybody was very supportive of me the entire time. So I'm really happy to be back, and I'm happy to keep updating you guys as I continue out my college experience. Thank you.
Well, I'm very glad to have Danielle Geraldick, who's going to be leaving school at University of, okay, and she'll tell you all about it. But anyway, she has one more semester, and then she's on her own in many ways. Okay, here's Danielle.
Hello, everyone. I'll also move to this side. I wrote a little something so that I actually remember. This semester put me through the ringer. Senior year is no joke, so it's good to see everyone. First of all, I've loved coming to these luncheons for the past 4 years. You all mean so much to me. Thank you so much for your assistance, first of all. As for this semester, I am in elementary education at the University of Illinois, and I'm also minoring in sociology and community-based art education. I wrapped those ones up, so now I'm just focusing on the major, finishing that up. This past semester, senior year, you're required to start going in 4 days a week to your placement school. So that meant I was there for 20 hours with another 15-hour schedule on top of that of regular classes. So it was quite busy, but it's okay, got through it. Even with all that, it was still definitely my favorite semester by far. I think I learned the absolute most here. I was placed at a university lab school, which had a Reggio Emilia-inspired way of teaching, which for those of you who had maybe more interesting reads than pedagogies of teaching, is like a non-traditional Montessori type schooling, which allows the students to build more community with each other and with those around them. It gives them the power over their education, what they learn, which was definitely something I was not used to going into it. I'd never experienced it. But I really loved it. My students were so engaged all the time. I was in a 4th and 5th grade classroom, and my students decided to start learning about strikes and unions because of a strike that was happening at our school with our custodial workers. The picket line was right down the block from us, and so the students saw it on their way to school. They immediately started asking questions. And in a traditional school, you might shut it down if you're a teacher, focus on the stuff that's pre-written. But in my school, we allow the students to keep asking questions and brainstorm about how we can help out the people that are on strike and try and get them what they need and what they're demanding for. So because of that, we were able to go visit the picket line. The students got interview questions for the union bosses and everything. They were able to learn about strikes throughout history for social studies, and in math, we learned about what living wages were. In language arts, they learned how to write letters to the chancellor of the university to try and demand better pay. So it was really cool to see how you can combine the students' interests, so like literally and actually into their education, which I really liked. And then since the school was so focused on action research and everything, I was really encouraged to pursue my own study when I was there. So I wanted to ask the question of how we can use our identities and privileges to help others hurting in our community. Connected with the strike, as love my students, but the same things they were using to make the protest posters was the same things they were leaving on the ground at the classroom, making our custodians' job harder. So I was like, we need to have a little more self-realization here. They weren't quite getting it, but that was kind of my mission throughout the semester, to try and help them understand that if you want to make a difference, you have to start with yourself and with the people around you. You know, shooting for the stars is amazing, but if you don't have the groundwork, you're not going to get anywhere. So that's what we kind of researched this semester. We learned about ourselves, our identities, and the benefits and privileges you might have from that.
and then how we can use those to try and uplift others in the community who don't have those privileges, things like that. So with that, the students started to realize that their actions do make a difference and do impact other people, which I was very happy about. The floors were clean by the end of the year, so I was happy about that. Hopefully they stay like that. But it was really cool to see that they can make a difference and they have these hands-on abilities, and that I, as a teacher, can help them realize that they can make a difference. So I really enjoyed that. And it was cool to see that we can build community support with our students and not just like kind of talk down to them, things like that, which I really enjoyed, and that they were able to bridge these gaps even though things are becoming more and more divisive. They got the tools and they got the power to help create community even with those that they didn't realize were in their community. Kind of like what we're doing here, you know? I got huge community over the past 4 years, all of us students here, so thank you so much for that. As for my future plans, next semester I'm in a 5th grade classroom, so not a big change, but this one is a public school, so we'll see how that changes based off my experience, but I'm very excited for it, and that is all day, every day, 7:20 to 2:40 p.m. So, very exciting. Not really, but it's okay. I've got that, and then by the end of the semester, I'll be doing a 30-day full takeover of the classroom where the teacher kind of step backs and I get full reins of it. So, fingers crossed. We'll see how that goes. And then other than that, the school I was at this semester, the elementary school, offered a full ride for me to complete my Master's of Education at the University of Illinois this next year. So that's my game plan right now. So, so I'll be working there part-time as a co-teacher with the head teacher I was already with this semester. Thank God we get along very well together. She's like me, but in 10 years. So that was amazing to see. I'm doing very well, according to her. So yeah, it's gonna be a very exciting semester. Back to the grind, back to the school. I was like, if I'm already got the steam for it, I might as well keep going. So yeah, that's my plan. But again, thank you so much for everything these past 4 years. Feel so inspired, so cared for, and yeah, thank you.
I have myself 2 scholars who unfortunately are not here today. Dewan Cintron is at the Dewan is at Washington University. He's actually pre-med, majoring in biology and anthropology. He had a very interesting summer where he met, he did research and actually got a mentor who is really someone who he's in tune with and will be very, very helpful as he begins to go towards medical school. So that was really lovely. Natalia is at the University, Natalia Chalupik is at the University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana, and she is majoring in environmental engineering, and hopefully we'll hear about her in the Scholarship Corner. And this is just a little bit of an ad here to ask all of our scholars to remember to contact your liaisons with all your information because we like to transmit it to our membership through the Scholarship Corner.
I'm Edie Schaefer. I'm also your photographer every year for the last few years, so thank you all for cooperating with that. As you know, moms and dads and guardians are all allowed to have a membership directory. If you haven't got one, please see me. I will give them one to you. You all should be getting emails from the club about the activities that are happening here, so I just wanted to mention that. So if you need one, let me know. Thank you. We're on Facebook.
So like us. Wonderful organization, the 19th Century Charitable Association. We offer our checks to the students. So when I call your name, please come up and get them. Alina? There you go. Thank you. Talib?
I wouldn't say no.
Thanks for all you do. Joseph? Okay. Danielle? Ruben? Thank you. Very good. Matilda? Connor? Finley? Thanks. Sabine? And Ezekiel. Zeke, you're welcome. You guys really make us proud. You really do. Congratulations. So that concludes our program, and please take time to ask our students questions. Excuse me?
Pictures?
Oh, yes, excuse me. Yes, it concludes the program, but not the pictures. Edie would love to have pictures so we can memorialize this event. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.